Allen. Labisares. Labisares. After Labisares, Rosario. After Rosario, San Jose. San Jose, Bobon. One, Catarman. One only from Catarman. Mondragon. San Roque. Pambuan. Lawang. Las Navas. Katubig. Pilipino Lobos. What do I miss? Of all 24 municipalities, what do I miss? Ito bang mas mataas-taas yan? Mahirapan ako. What do I miss? Sino hindi ko na-mention? Na-mention ko ba lahat? Lope de Vega. Sus. Ako. Wala ka mo pamati. Lope de Vega. Wala. So you are not actually a good representation of Northern Samar. I do not know kung anong tinuro sa inyo, no? At hindi ko na rin namit si Captain Dennis. I would have asked him so that I can siguro deviate a bit. But because I have, what I have in mind is to give emphasis on what you should know as a student, what you should know as, particularly as an ROTC cadet. Lahat ba kayo ROTC cadets?
Yes, sir.
Who are the officers? Kayo ang officers. Those who are in uniform. And kayo ay COQC. Tama ba yan?
COQC, sir.
Ano tag doon?
COQC 3.
COQC. Cadet Officer Qualifying Course. Tama ba ako? Sige. Nag-commandant din ako pala, by the way. Just to relate to you, I was commandant of the University of Manila for 2 years. In those 2 years, kung mapapansin niyo, every time that the NCR-RCDG is being asked by media, they would always resort to me and ask me to represent the ROTC. So in several instances, I think you can still see it in YouTube. There were instances there where I was presented being interviewed by the media, particularly on the issue of ROTC. So what are the changes now? There will now be, kung napansin niyo, the original laws that for which ROTC airport is Republic Act 7077, and it was amended by Republic Act 9163. Yung 9163, yan na yung NSTP, correct? Correct ba?
Yes, sir.
Dapat alam niyo yan. Lahat ba kayo criminology? So, sino criminology student? From the College of Communication and Arts. Tama ba? Arts and Communication. Wala. Yung ibang course, ano yung ibang course pa? Other than ano?
Engineering, sir.
Engineering. What else?
Biology, sir.
Biology. What else? Education. What else? Wala na? So, ito na yung ano. Are you all from UEP?
Yes, sir.
UEP is the most famous, siguro, and most trusted na university. But UEP also is also the training ground of most numbers of MPA in Northern Samar. Tama ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Bakit alam niya? O sige, gentlemen, I'll go to my business. Joking aside, ang gusto kong maintindihan ninyo is, syempre, I am the brigade commander and I'm a military officer. So I will focus more on how do we know really the enemy. So gusto ko yan na matandaan ninyo. I do not know what he told you, but mahirap ka lang. At sige. Siguro, by remembering this, by understanding and remembering this, panalo na ako pag gano'n. So ito, tawagan natin ito na legal. Tawagin natin ito na illegal. At tawagin din natin ito na underground. Synonymous lang yan, ha? Underground, above ground, above ground. So, ang NPA natin is passing through this spectrum. Ang ating, ang ating Communist Party of the Philippines and National Democratic Front. Okay. So, ganyan yan, ha? Ganyan. Gusto kong, you should understand it that way. That they cannot exist without one. They live in a symbiotic relationship, and the very purpose why we have the NDF is only to shield, protect, and train potential cadres and recruits so that they can fill up the NPA. NDF does not have any other purpose. Wala itong iba pang purpose except to help the NPA. Wala na. That is the reason for existence. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, wala kang i-expect sa kanila anything else except to help the NPA. But, what I want you to understand is, NDF is the National Confederation of many organizations. Yung briefing kahapon ni Captain Benes, Season was talking about 1,000 or more than 1,000 organizations under the umbrella of the National Democratic Front. So kung tinatawag ninyo, pagdating sa atin, sa Armed Forces, kayo, meron din tayong tinatawag dito na above ground, ito yung white area operation nila, and ito naman yung red area. Okay. How does they differ? Normally, itong mga red area, we are referring to the armed group, we are referring to the New People's Army. But when we say the white area, we are referring to the support organizations that operate to help the NPA. The primary struggle is armed struggle. Ito yung armed struggle. So, kunin niyo yung mga terminologies na yan para okay nalilito. Struggle. And this is the legal struggle. Okay. So, NPA, armed struggle, the legal struggle is through the NDF and the CPP. Pero para rin silang military. Para din silang military na a lot of them, from those who have potentials, are elevated from the NPA to the NDF or to the CTP. Once they are already party member, not everybody are party members. Some good ones become party member. Those party members are qualified to become a CPP officer. But once they reach a level of competence, maybe as an officer already, then some of them are sent as cadre, either as cadre, or as, that's the political cadre, or as commander of the NPA units. That's why we have some good people in the NPA also, particularly the cadre. Ang cadre, ito yung supposedly ay magagaling na mga karamihan dito, mga nag-estudyante, nag-aral, at sunod-sunod nila, na-aral din nila yung mga from ARAC or yung mga basic na aralin ng mga NPA up to the advanced NPA teachings na normally that they get from the different sa mga bundok na nagagawa nila, So dun sa kada unit ng NPA, meron diyang normally represented by the cadre. Why do they have the cadre sa mga NPA unit? Because the cadre ensures that the NPA units adheres and complies to the instruction of the CPP-NPA. Naiintindihan ninyo? So, in all NPA units, there is at least one embedded with them, working with them, living with them, operating with them, whose role is to make sure that the NPA unit adheres to the instruction and guidance of the leadership, which is the CPP-NPA, or the CPP, the Communist Party of the Philippines, which provides the leadership, the direction on what the organization, the entire organization, which is the CPP, NPA, NDF. So, para matanda ninyo yung pagkakasunod-sunod dyan kasi, the CPP is December 26, 1968, the NPA is March 29, 1969, and the NDF, I don't know exactly the date, but it was in 1973. So, chronological, para ninyo matandaan, CPP, NPA, NDF. But, what I'd like you to understand and to emphasize is that the NPA is the underground, the CPP and the NDF is the above ground. The legal, the illegal. The armed struggle, the legal struggle. The white area, the red area. So, whatever way it is described, you should be able to understand. Now that you're hearing it, it should be inculcated. You should be able to remember it. And it's not only listening. You should also be able to, particularly you officers, be able to teach it practically to everyone. You start with your brothers and sisters. You start educating your parents and the entire reach of your influence. Lahat yan dapat ina-educate ninyo and dapat yan lahat tinuturuan ninyo sila, natututo sila. Sabi nga nila, the best counterinsurgency daw are the learnings that we got from home. How is that? Yung 18 years natin na training sa ating bahay, kung paano tayo pinalaki ng ating mga magulang, that should mark the most influence in us as a person. It is very unlikely that it will be mapantayan or matakpan of whatever training and learnings that you will get after that 18 years. Agree?
Yes, sir.
So, who you are and what you are, basically, what you are manifesting is the trainings, the bringing, the influence of your parents. That's why you will be parents also, and it is important that you understand that you have the responsibility to make sure that your children, for that matter, because you are brothers and sisters, I don't think any one of you is married already and have children, but without the children, it is still your responsibility to make sure that whatever you will be learning now, whatever you are hearing now, you should be able to at least disseminate it, propagate it to people within your scheme or within your circle. Understand? So now I'd like to focus on the NDF. What is the NDF? Kanina sinabi ko na, this is the umbrella organization of all legal fronts. This is the confederation of all the legal fronts that are serving the NPA. So dito sa inyo, ano-ano ba itong mga ito? Ano-ano ba itong mga under the NDF? Mga NDF na organization dito.
Yes, sir.
Ano pa?
Bagong alyansa ng makabayan.
Okay, ano pa?
League of Filipino Students.
Ano pa?
College Editors Guild of the Philippines.
O sige, some of these are not party list, but yes, they are above ground organizations under the umbrella of the National Democratic Front. Yung mga sikat dito, yung Bayan Muna, di ba? Anak Pawis, Gabriela, Migrante, ACT, Association of Concerned Teachers. Yan ang mga the most influential dito sa lugar ninyo. In fact, itong buong 1st District and all the car lines, ang nanalo dito is ACT. Doon sa loob, ang nanalo doon sa mga interior ninyo, ang nanalo is Bayan Muna, Anak Pawis, Gabriela, yan ang mga nanalo. It's good thing that you are now learning this because imagine after just listening from me, because some of you would be unwittingly joining some of this organization because of ignorance, because you do not know. So that's why we are, I would say, sharing our time and even our resources just to make sure that we have at least a group of people who understand really what is happening here in Northern Samar or in the midst, in your midst, diyan sa inyo sa UEP. Marami dyan, nandyan ang pinakamalakas yung ACT, Association of Concerned Teachers. Sila dyan yung mga leftists, sila dyan yung mga propagating, di ba, alam naman na ninyo, si Tayang nahuli, di ba? O, si Tayang nahuli siya together with Bayan Muna, Chairman of Northern Samar, who is Barangay Captain Ruth Figueroa, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, what does it tell us? Di ba? Yung iba sa inyo, baka kamag-anak pa. Dahil you cannot choose your relatives. I do not blame anyone. So, pag tinignan ninyo, marami pang iba rito na particularly from UEP, then and now. Marami pa rin dito na cooperating, collaborating, and working with the NPA, particularly, I mean, with the CPP, NPA, and particularly with the legal funds. Particularly dito. At gusto ko maintindihan yan ninyo na they have no other reason to exist except to help the NPA. So if you are joining, cajoling, or participating with, cooperating with any of these legal fronts, you are also helping indirectly the NPA. But strictly speaking, they are just one and the same. Ang tawag diyan is the triumvirate. Ang tawag diyan is Trinity. Meaning, one cannot exist without the other. If you remove the NPA, wala nang boboto, wala nang mananalo dito sa mga party list na ito, walang mananalo dito without intimidation. If they be dissociated with the NPA, no one will vote for them anymore because they could not intimidate voters. They could not intimidate the people anymore. But with the NPA, they can intimidate, they can coerce, they can force people, particularly in the interlands, to help, to work, to vote specifically. And these people is what we call the mass base. So by definition, the mass base are the people whom the NPA can intimidate, can manipulate, can be directed. Ito yun, ito ang mass base. Dati-dati, nung nagsalita ako sa inyo doon sa UEP, may mga nagtatanong, if they are helping the NPA daw, like nagbigay sila ng bigas, are they considered mass base? I said no. Again, sabi ko, by definition, yung mass base, these are the people whom they can sway, whom they can influence, whom they can manipulate, they can be directed as to vote, help, buy, errands, whatever, for the benefit of the CPP-NPA. These are the mass base. So ngayon, naiintindihan ninyo, pag may humingi pa sa inyo ng ligo, nagbigay ba kayo ng dumating ba na tao, nakikain ba sa inyo NPA, are you what we call the mass base? No. Di ba? Unless you actively, coming out of your own heart, help out the NPA, go on errands for them, allowed to be manipulated, allowed to follow their dictation as to who to vote, despite our suffrage, meaning our rights to choose whoever we think would be serving our own interest as a citizen and as a people. Without that suffrage anymore, and then we choose what they dictate us to vote for, then you will be considered a mass base. So, naiintindihan pa ninyo?
Yes, sir.
What is yes? Remember, sana yung mga marami sa inyo, sana makapagsundalo kayo. And sana before some of you will become sundalo or become officers, naiintindihan na ninyo ito lahat. So that pag pumasok kayo, hindi na kayo bago. At sabi ko nga is, when you join the military, when you join, including this ROTC, you are not only like presenting yourself, you are also supposedly presenting your entirety, the whole of you, meaning including your parents, including your brothers and sisters, including everybody within your own circle. That should be what it should be. Malinaw ba?
Yes, sir.
So if you think that you cannot give 100% loyalty and that you will be a problem to the armed forces and to the government in the future, you better think about it. Like think twice, like reconsider, and kagaya ako, ang prinsipyo ko is I'd rather have a few personnel, few loyal personnel rather than many whom I could not trust. Naintindihan niyo ba yun?
Yes, sir.
Wala kayong very simple. These are all, kagaya naman binanggit mo. And I'd like you this time to remember them, at least to remember them. Sabi ninyo, bayan muna, Gabriela, anak pawis, migrante, at kabataan, League of Filipino students. So, these are some, not all, but these are some, because some of the white area organizations, these are some of the leftist organizations under the umbrella of the National Democratic Front, whose only purpose is to help the NPA, to help the armed struggle. Yan lang. Wala na silang ibang purpose. If you think they are doing some rallies, if you saw them agitating the people so that these people will join the rallies, and sometimes they do demonstration. All of these demonstration, rallies, organizing, manipulation of all the studentry, of all teachers, these are all designed only to help the NPA. For example, they'd like to foment chaos. Foment chaos meaning magawa tayo ng gulo. Because chaotic society is always favorable to the NPA. Chaotic society would create issues, would create dissatisfaction, would create some people to get agitated, then easily manipulated, and go against the government because of the issues they themselves designed just to foment a chaotic society. Ang example nito, kita nyo, kayo di ba mga estudyante kayo ngayon, meron kayo education, some of you will be teachers. Sabi ng mga estudyante, ibaba daw ang tuition. Di ba? Sabi ng mga teachers, ano naman? Itaas ang sweldo. Saan kukunin ang sweldo ng teachers? Exacto. So, paano mangyayari na ibababa yung tuition at itataas yung sweldo? It's impossible, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, gusto lang nilang pagbanggain yung dalawa, di ba? Pagbanggain nila yung dalawa at hindi ito magkakasundo because it is unrealistic. It could not happen that we decrease the tuition and then we increase the salary of the teachers because the salary of teachers is derived or drawn from the tuition of the students. So, what they are trying to foment is only a chaotic, or they are just trying to make some issues so that they can provoke the people, they can agitate the students, agitate the teachers, and that they clash with each other or join together to clash with the police. So that there will be a chaotic environment. That is just one. Marami rin tayong sinasabi na ganyan. Di ba sabi nung ano natin, ang pamasahe daw is ibaba. O di ba kagaya niyan? Lagi natin na pinapababa yung pamasahe. Pero yung gas naman natin, tumataas. Di ba?
Yes, sir.
So, it's another thing, it's again illogical na ibababa natin yung pamasahe kung yung gasolina naman that fuels those jeepneys ay tumataas. Di ba? Who determines the prices of our gasoline? Sino nakakaalam? It's the supply and demand. It's our economy. It is the impact, ang totoo niyan, we are not rich country in terms of fuel, so we buy fuel. The prices of fuel is dictated by the New York Stock Exchange. Meaning, lahat ng nagsusupply ng oil, sila nagde-determine, then binibidding yan doon sa New York Stock Exchange. Para tayo makasigurado, makabili tayo, kung halimbawa yung ibang bansa ay bibili ng mas mahal, dahil ayaw natin yung mahal papapunta sa kanila yung gasolina na yan, yung fuel na yan, and we could not get any for us. So what we try is, we try to bid them out para tayo manalo. Otherwise, how do we fuel our economy? How do we run? How do we, these thousands and thousands, billions of vehicles will run without fuel? Di ba? So, gentlemen, because I hope you will be gentlemen and ladies in the future, I hope that with that brief talk, ayoko na itong pabain, sana naintindihan ninyo at least where you are in this scheme of things, how do the students play out in this scheme of the NPA, the role of the university, the role of teachers and the students, and all other people, the many stakeholders that we have, all of them should at least be able to understand it, so that we will not be easily manipulated by the scheming of the New People's Army, but more so by their white area operators. Gusto ko kasi naiintindihan ninyo kung how all of this thing works. Because hindi kayo pwedeng mabuhay at tumanda na lang kayo nang hindi ninyo na-appreciate how all these things is working. Otherwise, para rin lang kayo na you are compared to a white paper like this, that everything that is given to you easily you can see the mark because you are nothing. You are empty. So dapat mapuno natin yan, malagyan natin ito ng mga tamang pang-iisip. Later on, a lot of you will be graduating and you will be making your own decision. I'd like you to understand, before you make any decision, the implication of your decision. to yourself, to your family, in the short term and in the long term, now and in the future. That should be responsibility. So whenever you choose a particular course of action, make sure that you know its implication, its effect to you, to your friends, to your family, to Eastern Samar, to Catarman, to Northern Samar, to the Philippines. That is how responsible we all should be. Ganun lahat dapat. At kagaya ng sinabi ko sa inyo, kung wala pa kayong pamilya, at least when you go back to your respective families, when you talk to your classmates, when you talk even to your teachers, at least do your role as cadet, as cadet officers, and future cadet officers, as students, to make sure that you help out by helping in educating and making siguro the most number of people aware of this deceptive NPA strategy. It is called the dual. For that matter, mababasa ninyo ito sa article written by Luis Salandoni. Si Luis Salandoni is siya yung tumatayong chairman ng NDF. Ang title nito is Combining Arms and Legal Struggle. Combining Arms and Legal Struggle. So if you want, you can even research it in YouTube or in internet, Combining Arms and Legal Struggle. Meron din itong libro, kung gusto naman ninyo, yung The Trinity of War, 1, 2, 3 volumes, written by General Dominguez. At marami pa ito. Kung kagaya sana ng mga mas matataas, kung gusto ninyo, if you really want to go deep into communism, and then you can read about siguro yung mga books of Friedrich Engels, The Economic Theory of Communism, Vladimir Lenin, yan mga yan, at saka sila si Mao, marami kayong matututunan kay Mao, particularly pertaining to guerrilla warfare. Yan yung mga dapat ninyong binabasa, so naiintindihan ninyo. Later on, when some of you joins the armed forces, I'm very sure that you will get across some of the information. So gentlemen, dahil kayo inaantok, ayoko na itong pahabain, and sana na-appreciate ninyo at sana natuto kayo kahit konti. So maraming salamat sa inyo for listening. Matandaan sana ninyo yung mga sinabi ko. Kita mo, yung kay, sabi ni Captain Beres, tinuro na kanina, wala kayo natandaan. So, sige gentlemen, thank you very much.